In this yoga video, we're going to use a yoga tie. So if you have one, make sure you have it close by. Otherwise, if you don't have a yoga tie, you could even use like a bathrobe tie or a long rope. Hi everyone, I'm Jody. Thank you so much for joining me for this yoga flow for golfers. We'll begin in a comfortable cross-legged seat. So if when you come into a seat, your knees are lifted very high, then it's a good idea to slide a pillow or a block underneath your sit bones. Otherwise, let your sit bones root into the earth and let your hands rest easy on your thighs. And close your eyes. Allow the rhythm of your breath to welcome you to your practice today. See if we can lengthen our breath here. So as we practice yoga and we learn to lengthen and deepen our breath, that will calm our mind. And we can take that onto the golf course when we're playing to help us stay calm. Continue to breathe deeply here as I introduce our theme for our practice today. So the Yogic Philosophy, within the Yogic Philosophy, there's almost 200 Yoga Sutras. And the second Yoga Sutra is said to summarize all of the Yoga Sutras. So the second Yoga Sutra is Yogas Chittis Vritti Nirodha. And it means yoga is the cessation of the fluctuations of our mind. So our minds are naturally creative and we come up with ideas for growth and betterment all the time. And when we do, the mind naturally splits. We're aware of who we are today, and then we're aware of that expanded version of ourself. Oftentimes, though, when the mind splits, we get a little bit of fear and doubt. Sometimes there's hesitation and reservations. But if we can let go of the fear and the doubt and completely believe in our own potential, then we can more quickly and easily close that gap and become the expanded version of ourself. And so this is yoga. Yoga is both the process of letting go of the fear and the doubt, and yoga is the union of the mind when we become that which we desire. So as you breathe here with your eyes closed, take a minute to set an intention. Think of something that you want to call into your bright future. And in your mind's eye, see it happening. And in your mind, state it as a short, positive, one-line phrase, setting that as your intention. May our practice be a moving meditation dedicated to our intentions. Take one more big inhale here. Breathe into your intention. As you exhale, send it out to the universe. On your next inhale, lift your arms up towards the sky. As you exhale, plant your right hand, stretch up and over with your left. Inhale, come through center. Exhale to the other side. Plant your left hand, stretch through your right finger. Side to side, just like that. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, stretching to your left. Waving side to side here. So side bends can do wonders for your body. They help to stretch the muscles along your spine and the muscles in your rib cage and your shoulder and even in your pelvis. And these side bends can also stimulate your kidneys, your intestines, and other organs. Really good for us. Let's pause here. As you inhale, roll your elbow and your heart up to the sky. Exhale, curl in. Elbow reaches towards the knee. Two more like that. Big inhale, shoulder blades draw down the back, lift the heart. Exhale, curl it in. Last one. Inhale, exaggerate the heart lifting to the sky. Exhale, curl in. From here, left hand leads, right hand follows. Coming to the other side, swinging the right arm up. Exhale, curling in. Two more. Inhale, lifting the heart. Exhale, curl in. Last one. Big inhale. And a big exhale. From here, right hand leads, left hand follows, and then we'll swing both hands up. Exhale, plant TP fingers behind you, drawing the shoulder blades down the back. Take a big inhale here, and a big exhale. Feel the heart open. One more. Beautiful. Release. Hands lift to the sky, prayer passes by our heart, and come forward into cat pose. So coming onto all fours, every time the fingers are on the earth, they're going to be spread wide. Let's take some cat rolls here. As you inhale, melt the heart, send it forward, sit bones go wide. Exhale, tuck and round, exaggerate the rounding like a Halloween cat. Inhale, melt the heart, send it forward, sit bones go wide. Exhale, tuck and round like a Halloween cat. And 3 more. So this is really good for the spine. So the spine sits in the spinal column and there's some fluid in there. And these cat rolls help to move the fluid in the spinal column. Next time you inhale, come back into a neutral cat and pause. From here, we'll take a cat flow. Lurch forward, scoop your tailbone. As you exhale, cat bow. Try to keep your shoulder heads lifting as you bend your elbows. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, press back through child's pose. The forehead brushes the earth, but right away begin to round the spine, rolling up. Take teepee fingers behind you. Big inhale, lift your heart towards the sky. Press off as you exhale. Hands, plant the hands, tuck the toes, lift up and back, downward dog. And then right away, lower the knees. Watch them land. Use the core to put on the brakes. Release the tops of the toes, lurching forward. Exhale, cat bow. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, pressing through child's pose. Teepee fingers come alongside the body, then plant them behind you. Big inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, press off. Plant the hands, tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back, downward dog. That's our cat flow. We'll take 1 more. So just slowly watch the knees land. Use the core to put on the brakes. Release the tops of the toes, lurch forward, cat bow. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, pressing back through child's pose. And rolling up. Draw the shoulder blades down the back as you lift the heart. Exhale, press off. Tuck the toes. Coming into downward dog. Let's pause here. So in this downward dog, if it feels good to pedal your heels, go ahead and bend one knee and then the other. Pedaling the heels in downward dog. And then pause in the pedaling and just send your heels back towards the earth. Connect here with your Ujjayi breath. So Ujjayi breath is breathing in and out the nose with a gentle constriction at the back of your throat so you can hear your breath with your inner ear. At the bottom of that, your next exhale, step forward, coming to the front of the mat, and then take the feet hip distance and we're just going to roll on up into standing. When your shoulders come over your hips, inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, hands come home to the heart. From here, we'll come into standing mountain pose, Tadasana. So the feet are hip distance, arms are going to be alongside your body. And as you travel up to the top of your body, sometimes we have a tendency to round our shoulders forward like this. And when we do this, the upper back muscles get overstretched, tight, and sometimes weak. And the chest muscles become shortened and tight. And so as we practice yoga and we open the muscles in our shoulders and we strengthen our back muscles, it helps us come into good posture. And that's going to help us when we come to address in the golf swing. We also, in yoga, become aware of how we hold our head. And I invite you to just notice while you're moving throughout your day. When you're driving, do you have a tendency to sort of jut your head forward? Or when you're working at your computer, do you do this? And if so, can you start to draw your head back? So in Tadasana, standing mountain pose, the head's in line with the spine. And it's almost as if the back of the head's pressing against an imaginary headrest. And so as we practice yoga, we bring strength and flexibility into our neck, into the muscles in our neck, which is really good for us because that can help us to maintain proper head position as we move through the backswing phase of the golf swing. So here we are in standing mountain pose. Let's inhale, lift the shoulder heads, and then as you exhale, slide the bottom tips of your shoulder blades down the back. Now send your hands forward. As you inhale, send them towards me, send them forward. Exhale, draw the hands closer to you without bending the elbows. And again, inhale, send them forward. Arms stay straight. Exhale, drawing them back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, drawing them back. So you're probably starting to feel this in your upper back muscles. They're your rhomboids, and having nice, strong upper back muscles will help you stand tall. Good. So this is a great pose to do to improve your posture. Inhale, send them forward. Exhale, draw them back. And then just release. The arms come alongside the body. Let's keep the bottom tips of the shoulder blades drawing down the back. And inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, lower the arms. So we're increasing here the strength and flexibility of the muscles in our shoulders, which is really important as we play golf. It can help us to have proper posture and move more fluidly through the golf swing if the shoulders are open and strong. Good. Just one more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. All right. From here, we'll take some half sun salutes. Inhale, lift the arms. Keep the shoulder blades drawing down the back. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. The heart leads as you come all the way over. Inhale, like a swimmer on a starting block. Come halfway up and look forward. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, root your feet. Arms come out like airplane wings. Rise into standing. Exhale, hands come home to the heart. That's a half sun salute. Inhale, lifting the arms up, lift the heart. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. A flat back takes us all the way over. Inhale, halfway up, looking forward to positive change. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, root and rise. Hands come home to the heart. One more like that. Inhale, lift the arms, reaching for greater freedom. Exhale, bow, forward fold, honoring what is. Inhale, coming halfway up, offer your heart forward. Exhale, fold in. And inhale, root and rise. Gather all the love in the universe and bring it into your heart. This time we'll take it back. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. The heart leads as we come over. Inhale, halfway up, heart forward. Exhale from here. We're going to step the right leg back and then lower the right knee down onto the earth. Walk your hands up to the top of your front leg and then just gently press your upper body back. And you can release the back toes so you're pressing the toenails down. From here, take the arms down. Keep the shoulder blades drawing down your back as you lift your arms up into a V. And we're breathing here. So we're opening the psoas muscle here. It's a hip flexor right in the front of your hip. As you inhale, can you draw your armpits back a little bit? Keep that, and then exhale, lift your heart, maybe bend back a little. One more big breath. Beautiful. Exhale, release, coming into lizard pose. So heel toe your front foot just an inch over to the side, and the hands come to the inside of the front foot. So for many of us, this might be far enough for lizard. If you want to go a little deeper, you're going to take your forearms down to the earth and see if you can keep your front knee hugging into your shoulders. So just close your eyes here and breathe. And for these last few breaths in lizard, if you're feeling it, you're going to tuck your back toes and lift your back knee off the earth. So the back leg's strong and straight, front knee's hugging in. Opening the inner thighs. One more big breath. All right. And then from here, slowly lower the knee down and walk your hands up. Coming into a twist. Take your right hand down and then spin your left arm up for a twist. So this is the level 1 variation of the twist. If you want to take it deeper, again, you're going to get that back knee lifted off the ground and keep that back leg strong. So back leg strong and straight for the advanced variation. And here we're rolling our right ribs under, rolling our heart towards the sky. One more big breath. And then exhale, unwind, plant your hands, step back to plank pose, top of a push-up, and slowly lower yourself down to the earth. You can lower your knees first, or right from plank, lower down, seeing if you can land belly, chest, and thighs at the same time. Release all 10 toenails, hands on either side of the heart. Inhale, cobra, heart forward, triceps back. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lifting up, heart forward, triceps back. Exhale, lower. And one more big inhale, lifting into cobra. Pause here. As you exhale, tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back into downward dog. Enjoy a few deep breaths in downward dog. As you inhale, draw energy up your arms and into your heart. Keep your heart bright and buoyant. And as you exhale, send the top of your thighs back. Feel your side body get nice and long. At the bottom of your next exhale, step or float to the front of the mat. Inhale, come halfway up, heart forward. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, root and rise into standing. Exhale, hands come home to the heart. Inhale, shoulder blades draw down the back, lift the arms. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold, come all the way over. Inhale, halfway up, heart forward. Exhale, this time, step your left leg way back and lower onto the left knee. And then climb your hands up to the top of the front thigh. And you can go ahead and release the back toes. Draw those hands down, keeping the shoulder blades drawing down your back. We'll lift the arms up and enjoy a few breaths here. So again, we're opening the hip flexor, the psoas muscle. Really important for golfers to have open hip flexors. One more. On this last breath, can you lift up, maybe even lean back a little? Feel how that deepens the stretch. Big exhale here. And then release, taking the hands to the inside of the front foot. Heel toe it out just an inch. Either hang out here, or if you want to go deeper in lizard pose, you're going to lower yourself down onto your forearms. So if you have a block or a book, you could use that as well. I like bring your hands into prayer here and hug in with this front knee and close your eyes. Taking lizard one step further, tuck the back toes and lift the back knee off the earth. So the back leg's strong and straight here. And send your breath into your hips, into your thighs. And then slowly lower down. Pressing yourself back up. From here, we'll keep the left arm on the earth and we'll spin the right arm open for a twist. So level 1 variation, stay on the knee. If you want to take it further though, tucking the back toes, lift the back knee up. Back leg strong and straight, and we're rolling our left ribs under for lunge twist. So twists are really important for golfers. As you guys know, the twisting and the turning in the golf swing is the engine of the golf swing. Rotation is the engine of the golf swing. So really important to practice twists in our yoga practice to help our golf game. From here, exhale, release the hand down, and we're actually going to step forward. So bend the back leg, step forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold in, and inhale, root and rise into standing. Exhale, hands come home to the heart. Inhale, lift the arms up. Interlace your fingers and turn your palms skyward. As you exhale here, bend over towards your right. See if you can just gently draw your armpits back. Bend a little deeper. Inhale, lift up. Exhale to the other side. Keep rooting down with your feet. As you inhale, drink energy up your legs, draw the armpits back. Exhale, bend deeper. Nice. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, release. Swan dive, forward fold. Come all the way over. Inhale, halfway up, heart forward. Exhale from here. We're going to plant the hands, step back to plank pose, top of a push-up. And let's go nice and slow. You can lower onto your knees. Otherwise, just lower yourself down nice and slowly to the earth. Go ahead and stack your forearms here. And as you inhale, you're going to lift your right leg off the earth. But keep the pelvis on the ground. So sometimes we want to get the leg nice and high. So what we'll do is we'll lift the pelvis up, but we don't want to do that. So breathing here with the pelvis rooted. Take one more breath, see if you can lift a little higher. And then exhale, lower that leg. Inhale, lift the left leg. So maybe you can feel, right now what we're doing is we're opening the psoas, the front muscle, the hip flexor, and we're also strengthening the low back and the glute. And this is important because the glutes help drive the golf swing. So having strong glutes is important. Take one more inhale, lift a little higher. Exhale, lower. Beautiful. Hands come to either side of your heart with your elbows hugging in. Inhale, lift into cobra, heart forward, triceps back. Exhale, tuck the toes and lift up and back. Coming into downward dog. On your next inhale, lift your right leg to the sky, reach back through the right heel. As you exhale, draw the knee in and step the foot forward. You might have to hop your foot up, and that's okay if you do. Coming forward, stay on the ball of the back foot, and then just climb your hands to the top of your thigh. And from here, we'll take the hands to the hips, asking the elbows to draw back. Beautiful. So the back leg is going to be strong and straight here in Crescent Pose, but we'll take a little adjustment. Let's just slightly bend the back knee and then hook your tailbone forward towards your pubic bone, and now re-extend the back leg, and you should really feel it in this hip flexor. From here, release and lift the arms. So if our hip flexors are tight, then that can impede the glute muscles' ability to engage, which can inhibit our power in the golf swing. So that's why it's important to keep these hip flexors nice and open. Take another inhale, maybe lean back, lean back. Big exhale. And release. Coming into Warrior Two, you're going to root the back heel down and windmill the arms open into T position. Enjoy a few breaths here in Warrior Two. So the tendency is for the knee to fall in, but we don't want that. So make sure you can look down. You should be able to see your big toe, and that front knee is externally rotating. And just pause here and feel the strength inside of you. Coming into Peaceful Warrior, let's flip the front palm. Keep the bend in your back knee, the front knee, sorry. And then lift up. So the back leg straight, front knee's bent, hand comes to the back of the leg, and just lifting up. Keep drawing your shoulder blades down your back as you lift your heart towards the sky. Exhale, release. Pass through Warrior Two. We're going to straighten the front leg. Reach as far as you can, and we'll glide gracefully into Triangle Pose. So the front hand can come to the shin, and then the left arm lifts up. Now, ultimately and eventually in Triangle Pose, this front hand is going to be floating behind the front foot. But find what works for you today. Take a few breaths here, and as you inhale, can you roll your right ribs under, barrel rolling your heart towards the sky? As you exhale, can you just soften your jaw? Inhale, draw energy up your legs. Exhale, soften. One more. From here, we're going to lift up, and we'll pivot, turn to face the side wall, and go ahead and grab your yoga tie. So hopefully you have a yoga tie, but if you don't have a yoga tie, you can use a bathrobe tie or even a long rope. So we're going to slide the hands out, and then inhale, lift the arms. Keep a little bend in the elbows. As you exhale, let the tie come behind you. And then come all the way back up. Inhale, lifting the arms, little bend in the elbows. So you'll find this sweet spot here. Well, wow, I'm really opening my pec muscle, the front of my chest, which is going to help me stand tall. And on this last one, maybe inch your hands in a little bit more. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, the tie comes behind you, little bend in the elbows. Inhale, lift. Let's hinge at the hips. Just take the tie down. And then we're going to take some hip sways. So swaying here from side to side, bending one knee, straightening the other, then lifting the hips up and swaying to the opposite side. Opening the inner thighs. And then next time that you bend to the right, pause and just walk your hands around. Plant them in either side of your front foot. Step back to plank pose and slowly lower down. In slowness, we build strength. This time, take the arms forward and just slide the hands back. You're on the pinky edge of your hand. Inhale, lift right arm and left leg. Exhale, lower. Inhale, left arm, right leg. Exhale, lower. One more each side. Strengthening the muscles along our spine. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Beautiful. Hands come to either side of your heart. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog, lifting up and back. And enjoy a few deep breaths. So in downward dog, the arms are strong and straight. The armpits are lifting while the heart melts. And the heels are reaching down towards the earth. On your next inhale, lift your left leg towards the sky. As you exhale, draw the knee in and step the foot forward. We're coming into Crescent Pose. So stay on the ball of the back foot, maybe walk the hands up to the top of the thigh. And this is a bit of a balancing act, so find a gazing point on the earth that's not moving, that's helpful. From here, take the hands to the hips and let the elbows draw back. With the elbows drawing back, that prevents the shoulders from dumping forward. Take the little adjustment. We're going to bend the back knee slightly, hook the tailbone towards the pubic bone, and then re-extend. Good. Keep that and lift the arms. Coming into full Crescent Pose. As you inhale here, anchor the tailbone, feel the belly draw back. Keep that. As you exhale, lift your heart, lean back. One more. And release into Warrior Two. So root the back heel down and windmill the arms open. And again, let's make sure that our front knee is externally rotating. So if you look down, you should be able to see the big toe. Just feel the strength inside of you. From here, peaceful warrior. Flip the front palm. Back hand slides down. Let's lift the heart. Feel the bottom tips of your shoulder blades drawing down your back to lift your heart from behind. And then exhale, release. Pass through Warrior Two, straighten the front leg. Reach as far as you can with your front arm, and then we'll windmill our arms into T position. So the hand might be floating behind the front foot, or it might be on the shin. Find what feels right for you. And as you inhale, can you roll your left ribs under, roll your heart towards the sky. As you exhale, soften your jaw. And on your next inhale, slowly lift up, pivot, and turn to face the side. With the toes pointing forward, take your hands to your hips, and we'll hinge at the hips, coming over. From here, we're going to come into a twist. So take your right hand down, and then we're going to spin the left arm up, coming into a straddle twist. And again, twists are so important for golfers because it's rotation that is the engine of the golf swing. Exhale, release, left hand comes down, spin the right arm up. So as you do this twist, see if you can keep your hips squared. So we want the twist here to be in the thoracic spine. And then exhale, release. Take your hands to your hips with a flat back, come back up into standing, and then we'll gently pivot and turn to face the front of the mat. Coming back into standing mountain pose. Inhale, lift the arms, lift the heart from behind. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, coming halfway up, offer the heart forward. Exhale, release, plant your hands, step back to plank and lower down. Just flowing through here, pressing the toenails. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, coming into downward dog. So from downward dog, we're actually going to lower down onto our knees in cat. And then let's swing our feet around and slide yourself forward. We're going to lower ourselves down to the earth. So just take your hands out in front and see if you can slowly lower yourself down. You're using the core to put on the brakes as you come down nice and slow. And then when you come all the way down, I'm just going to turn. You guys stay the way you are. When you come all the way down, take the hands on either side of your heart. Either side of your body, and then lift your legs up to 90 degrees. So if you can, the legs will be straight, or if you need a little bend, that's okay too. Take your mind to your low back and press it into the earth. And then as you exhale, lower your right leg down towards the earth. Only go as low as you can go while keeping the low back pressing. And then inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower the left leg. So we're strengthening the core. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower the right leg. Going side to side like that. Inhale, lift righty. Exhale, lower lefty. So the number one injury for golfers is low back. And a way to prevent low back injuries is to strengthen our core. So as you lower righty here, let's pause and just take your mind to your low back. Press it even more into the earth. Strengthening our core here. If you're shaking a little, that's a good thing. You're growing stronger. Stay for one more big inhale. Big exhale. On your next inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, lower your left leg, and we'll pause here. So just go as low as you can without losing the press of the low back. Press that low back a little more. And then inhale, lift up, and we'll pause here, drawing the knees, bend the knees. So don't draw the knees all the way in and round the low back, though. Take your hands to the top of your knees, and while you're drawing your knees towards you, your feet are just gently drawing away, so we have a little bit of our lumbar curve. So the internal and external obliques, the side waist muscles, are also really important to strengthen. That will help us to twist more easily in the golf swing. So our next core exercise is going to be bicycles, which will work those internal and external obliques and help us with the twisting motion. Let's take the hands behind the head. And don't just press the hands into the head, press the head back into the hands. And then we're going to press the low back down, straighten your right leg, and take your right elbow towards your left knee. Keep the low back pressing, and then left elbow towards right knee. So we're just bicycling here side to side. Now see if you can look over the armpit that you're turning towards, and that's going to take it a little bit more into external obliques as we bicycle here. Having a strong core, super important for preventing back injuries. Next time that your right elbow comes to your left knee, pause. Can you lift your right leg straight up to 90 degrees? And now let's see if you can lift yourself up a little higher and higher. One more, lift higher. And then exhale, release, take a little break. Woo! When you release, you feel that fresh supply of blood come into your belly. That's a good thing. And we'll come into the second side. So again, interlace the hands, lifting the shoulders up. This time, and we'll begin right elbow towards left knee, or left elbow towards right knee. And again, side to side. So really focusing on your low back pressing down to really strengthen the core. And again, looking over the armpit of the side you're turning towards. And next time, left elbow comes to right knee, pause. Lift the left leg up. Can you lift up a little higher? And higher. Woo! One more, lift higher. Exhale, release. Ah, good job. All right, from here we're going to roll up. So come on up. And go ahead and just plant your feet. Let's stack the forearms. And again, here we're working internal and external obliques. Enjoy an inhale in neutral. As you exhale and turn towards your right side, straighten the right leg. And then bring it back down. And exhale to the left. And side to side like this. So keep breathing here. This can be a tough one. You can do it. Getting stronger every time. Woo! Strengthening our core is so important as we move throughout our day. Awesome. One more. And release, and just give yourself a hug. Whew, good job. All right, our core is nice and strong. So let's press off of our feet, and then we're just gonna roll on up into standing. Inhale, lift your arms. Exhale, hands come home to the heart. We're gonna come into a balancing pose here called tree pose. And at the foundation of every good golf swing is good balance. So important to practice balance. So we'll begin by standing strong on our right leg, and just imagine a plumb line running through your body, and you're gonna hug in from left and right and front and back. And then we'll come into our tree pose. So your left foot can be a kickstand. Actually, it can be on the earth, or you could take it to your shin, or you might take your hand up and hike it up to your inner thigh, as long as it's not pressing on the knee. And then bringing your hands into prayer helps with balance. Find a gazing point that's not moving on the earth, and enjoy a few breaths. As you inhale, draw energy up your standing leg into your heart. As you exhale, soften your jaw. For the last few breaths, maybe even lift the arms up, but keep the shoulder blades drawing down the back. One more big inhale. Big exhale. Let's see how gracefully we can come out. Bring the hands into prayer, and then lift the knee, and then release. Shake it out a little. So if you stumble or you fall out of your balancing pose, that's a good thing, actually, because isn't it true that in life, when we stumble and fall or make a mistake, that's when we learn the most? And we can always come back in. So here, coming into the second side, hug in from front and back and left and right, and keep standing strong here on your left leg, and bring your right leg to your variation of tree pose. Bringing your hands to prayer and breathe. So it's cool because we can really practice balance almost anywhere. Standing in line at the grocery store, come onto one foot. I've been seen doing tree pose while pumping gas. When we incorporate our yoga into our daily lives, that's when it becomes truly therapeutic. And we're lifting the arms. One more breath. And let's come out really gracefully. So we'll bring our hands, lift the knee, and then release. All right, good job. With the feet hip distance, we're going to take arm swings. So there's a little bend in the knees, and at first the arms are like empty coat sleeves. And then we can start to lift the heel of the side that we're turning away from, and maybe bring a bend in the elbows and bring the arms up a little higher. And as you begin to lift your arms, you can probably feel, oh, now the twist is coming into my mid-spine. And as I lift my arms even higher, coming into my upper back. So these arm swings are really good for getting flexibility in the muscles along our spine, and then coming back down. So this is a really great one to do each morning when you wake up, or maybe even when you're on the golf course and waiting for your turn. All right, one more to each side, and then we'll just bring it back, coming back to standing mountain pose. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold, come all the way over. Inhale, coming halfway up, offer your heart forward. Exhale, release, step back to plank pose, and slowly lower down. Inhale, lift into cobra, heart forward, triceps back. Exhale, down dog. From down dog, coming into pigeon pose, inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, send the right knee forward. So you're coming here, the right knee goes a little bit towards the right, coming here to the outside edge of your right hip. So if your hip is really lifted here, that's fine, but just stick a pillow or a block under it for support. And then keep the back toes tucked at first. Take TP fingers and inhale, lift up, arch back a little. And then exhale, hinge at the hips. We're gonna make a pillow, and with our forearms, release the back toes and fold over. And just take a few breaths here. As you inhale, can you draw your front hip back and your back hip forward to square the hips? Keep that, and then as you exhale, soften your jaw. Enjoy 2 more nourishing breaths here. Just allow your exhale to open your right hip. And then on your next inhale, slowly climb back up, tuck the back toes, and step back into downward dog. Woo. Inhale, lift your left leg. Exhale, coming forward to left side pigeon. So the left knee goes a little to the left. Keep the back toes touched at first as we inhale, lift up. And then we'll exhale, fold over, making a pillow with the forearms. And breathe. So Ben Hogan said that the hips drive the backswing. And if we can start with the hips and move the hips properly, this one action will make the backswing. So it's really important as golfers to open our hips. And enjoy 3 more nourishing breaths here. Sending your exhale right into your left hip. And then slowly lift yourself up. And from here, we're just going to swing our back leg around, coming to the front. Take both legs long in front of you. We want to root our sit bones down into the earth here, and then just take the hands alongside the body and breathe. So this is actually a yoga pose. It's called staff pose. So just sitting here, can you ask your shoulder heads to move back and shine your heart forward? And for many of us, this can be difficult, especially if we have tight hamstrings. From here, we're going to take the tie, and we'll actually take it around the feet. So take it around the soles of your feet, and then slide your hands back, because we want to get away from any kind of rounding in the shoulders. So slide the hands back, and then you might just slowly walk your hands or circle them. And now we'll hinge at the hips and begin to fold forward. So you're looking to find your edge. That place where you feel like your hamstrings are opening, the muscles in the back of your legs, but you're not pushing so hard that you would cause any kind of injury. So find your edge, close your eyes, and take 3 nourishing breaths. Last one. And then inhale, slowly lifting up. Just gently take the tie aside. And we're going to draw the big toes to touch, and maybe walk yourself up to the top of your mat. Coming into Baddha Konasana, sliding the feet in towards your body. Again, keep the shoulder heads back and shine your heart forward. And maybe begin to hinge at the hips. Each exhale takes you a little deeper. But find that edge and breathe into it. So you'll find that as you practice yoga, your body will begin to open. There's no need to push it really hard. Just breathe and soften. And then on your next inhale, slowly lift yourself back up. And as you exhale, we're going to lower ourselves down to the mat. Have your tie close by. And I'm just going to spin sideways, but you guys can stay like that. So lower yourself down to the earth and let the back of your hands just rest on the earth with your palms open to receive. So this is a nice hip opener. It's just the weight of the knees that's helping to open the hips here. And then on your next inhale, slowly lift your knees up and plant your feet on the ground. So slide your feet as close as you can to your body. And then inhale, press on your feet and lift your hips up. So we're coming into bridge pose. So come as high as you can with your hips. Press on the back of your head. And then see if you can just gently tuck your right shoulders under. Go a little to the right. Tuck your left shoulders under. So now we're going to reach our hands towards each other underneath the back. And we want to interlace the hands and press the palms together. There's a bend in the elbows. As you inhale here, press the triceps down and breathe the heart up to the chin. As you exhale, send the energy forward through your knees and back through the crown of your head. Again, inhale, breathe the heart up to the chin. Keep the heart bright. Exhale, send the energy forward through your knees and back through the crown of your head. And one more big breath here. At the bottom of the exhale, release your hands and see if you can lower yourself down to the earth, one vertebrae at a time. Coming all the way back down. From here, we're going to take the tie over the sole of the right foot. So take it over the sole of the right foot, but down by the ankle, down by the heel, and just slide your hands all the way down your tie. And then you can either just hold here. You definitely want the arms to be resting. So you could have the back of the arms on the earth, or if you have a longer tie, you could wrap the arms around. So it's kind of like creating a hammock for the hands, and the arms aren't doing any work here. Now, make sure your right leg's flexed, and let's straighten the left leg out. And so ultimately and eventually, both legs will be straight. And if your right leg's not straight today, that's okay. Sometimes it takes a little while. But we're breathing here into the back of the right leg, the hamstring. And if the right leg's straight, then you just slowly begin to draw it towards you. And if you can, close your eyes. Send your breath where you feel this the most. From here, release the hammock if you had your hands circled. Take both pieces of the tie in the right hand. Take your arm out to T position, your left arm up with the palm facing up. And then the right leg's going to come over towards your right. This is upside down triangle pose. Now, sometimes when the right leg goes to the right, the left hip has a tendency to lift up. So you take your mind to your left hip and see if you can root your left hip down. And if it's difficult to do it on your own, you can even take your hand there and press it down. Just one more big inhale, big exhale. Inhale, lift through center, and we'll take the tie in the opposite hand. Now take your right arm out into T position, and you're going to take your right leg over towards the left, coming into hip side stretch. As the right leg goes over towards the left, you can gently turn your head towards the right. And so you're finding your edge, that place where you feel your right hip opening. You'll feel it right through here. And on your next inhale, lift up. From here, use your core, walk your hands up your tie, take the tie off the right leg, and just for a moment, lay your right leg next to your left and close your eyes. And notice the difference. Feels like the right leg's a little longer than the left. Let's do that on the second side. So go ahead and take the tie over the sole of the left foot, sliding the hands down. You can just hang out here, or you can make that hammock by circling the hands. Either way, we don't want to work the arms here. And then straighten the left leg. And we're breathing into the left hamstring. So I just love this pose and this series because you can feel the length that comes into your body from practicing it. So one time I met this woman and she was like, oh my gosh, you practice yoga? And she said, my sister's been practicing yoga for 25 years and she grew an inch. The woman said, I'm shrinking and my sister's growing taller because she practices yoga. True story. But here in this series, you can feel it, right? All right, you can feel how we get length. And then release the hands, both pieces of the tie go in the left leg. Right arm out to T, and we're going to open the left leg out. Keep the right hip drawing down towards the earth as the left leg goes to the left. And when you think about it, oftentimes injury in our body comes from compression. So a big reason why people who have a regular practice of yoga are less likely to have injuries or problems within their bodies because we're keeping our bodies nice and open and fluid and strong. On your next inhale, lift your left leg up. Take the tie in your right hand. Take the left arm out. And now your left leg's coming over towards your right for hip side stretch, gently turning your head to the opposite direction. And then inhale, lift through center. Walk the hands up the thigh. Slowly release the leg and just feel that length. And then we'll do one more hip opener. So bend the knees, and we're going to cross the right knee over the left leg, right above the left knee. From here, we're going to draw the legs towards us. And go ahead and take your right hand through the center, left hand around, and we're going to interlace the hands. So if your hands don't reach, or if in order to reach your hands you're rounding your shoulder, then you could use your thigh here if your hands don't interlace. Close your eyes and just gently ask the left knee to draw towards your body as your right knee draws away. From here, keep the hands interlaced behind the left leg, but send your right leg up to the sky, then send your right leg down to the earth. And now just gently straighten your left leg, and maybe you can walk your hands up to the calf. Again, opening the left hamstring here. And then take a bend in the left knee. Take the right hand to the left knee. Left hand out in T position with the palm facing up. And then ask your left knee to come over towards your right as you turn your head towards the left. So spinal twists help to stretch and strengthen the muscles along the spine, and they send a fresh supply of blood to our internal organs. At the bottom of your next exhale, release. Come back to center right away. Bend the right knee. Slide it in. We're crossing the left ankle above the right knee. Coming right into the second side. Left hand comes through. Right hand wraps around. And close your eyes as you gently ask the right knee to draw towards you. The left knee to draw away. Opening your left hip here. So the breath will help release the tension in the muscles. So send your exhale right into your left hip. One more. Keep the hands wrapped around the back of the right leg. Send the left leg up to the sky, down to the earth. And then reaching through the right heel. Maybe walk the hands up. And gently bend your right knee. Take your left hand to your right knee. Right hand comes out to T position as we twist, taking the right knee over to the left. Try to keep both shoulders rooting down to the earth. And just close your eyes. And exhale, unwind. Give yourself a big hug for showing up today. Squeeze everything in. Exhale, releasing into Shavasana. The most important pose. I'm just going to turn around. Shavasana is the most important pose in our practice. So just let your legs go long and sort of let your feet fall out to the side. Let the back of your hands rest on the earth so that your palms are open to receive. This time in Shavasana is here for you to nourish yourself on a very deep level. So if you can, stay in Shavasana for 5 minutes or a few minutes. I invite you to do that and just allow your body to receive everything it has learned from your practice today.